Hey guys, another one of my vehicles I've been working on is my personal LX570 or 200 series. Had it a couple of years. It's about to turn 200,000 miles, so I've been doing a little bit to it, kind of fix it up. I guess it kind of cures my one another cruiser blues. But anyway, so one of the things I did is I put a Eibach, the Pro Truck Lift or Pro Series Lift. It was their kit. It was about $1,000. Came with the front coilovers and the shock or the strut for the front. And then I also added some Nitro gear upper control arms. The upper control arm bushing was 200,000 miles. They were wore out. So went ahead and did that too. And then the rear came with just the spring and the shock. So originally I had these, I'll put everything in the description though, but these 285/70 17s had these on here. And when I added this Ironman Emu bumper, it's a Ironman bumper. When I added that, it really kind of put a lot of weight on the front of the suspension and the auto height control system. And so we kind of went in there and did the sensor lift, but I could really tell it was fatiguing the system due to the extra weight. So kind of went along. It was it just wasn't that great of a ride. It really compromised it when I did this and put the wheels and tires, and I knew it immediately. So I kind of worked with it, what I had, kind of went along, and then I went and got the Toyota factory spacers. You'll see them on, people talk about them on mud. They're 1/2 inch thick or less. I don't know, metric. But anyway, I did that. In the process, I bled out a lot of the fluid. So I went back and added new fluid from Lexus, the proper suspension fluid. And I immediately noticed the difference. It was like night and day. I mean, people that rode in the car couldn't believe it. Well, that was short-lived. That lasted probably about 2 months or a month, and then it started getting bad, and I thought, well, I didn't do anything to the back, so went ahead and flushed the system and filled it up completely. It rode okay, but it just still kept having a real, down the highway, it was constantly adjusting. You'd be in a drive-through line and it'd go and raise back up. It's just annoying. I mean, it rode great, and you can flip the switches and all that jazz, but at the end of the day, a static suspension like this, and I mean, I think if I would have thrown about another $3,000 in it and got a real nice system like from Slee, this thing would be, a Cadillac. But anyway, got it on, got it going. I got about 1 inch of lift all the way around because, like I said, again, I already was lifted a little bit with my sensors. So right now the front is 37 1/4 and the rear is 37. Now, maybe that's not level and people are going, oh yeah, whatever. I kind of like that look on this vehicle because it makes it a little bit more aggressive in the front and kind of gives it a good, gives it a little bit of a pre-runner kind of look or desert look to me. But anyway, so whatever. But I'm happy with it. The ride is great. I did have one problem, and I'll tell you guys, if y'all do this and do the Lexus suspension delete, if you do that, you need to make sure you either get the 200 series, the true 200 series top cap or top hat, whatever they call for the strut, because the Lexus one has a lot bigger diameter, and if you don't pay attention, your shock will push through, and that actually happened. I didn't assemble the struts. I actually had a local four-wheel drive shop do that, and no problems there. But they didn't really pay attention to that, and I didn't know because I just handed it to them. Anyway, they fixed it, no problem, and then that's when we kind of discovered that the true 200 series, because Eibach they don't have this as a vehicle that they support as far as lift, but obviously it's a 200 series. But so those might be some of the small things you'll get yourself in a bind on. Luckily, I figured that out the hard way and got it fixed, but there was no problem. Again, the ride is great. I guess I wish the front coils, or actually all of them, were kind of progressive. I had progressive springs on another Toyota and really like that because that takes out a lot of the little the little stuff that you really, you know, kind of notice and standard suspension. So overall, putting on the suspension kit was easy, but taking the factory Toyota suspension or Lexus stuff off was a bear, and it was messy. There was fluid everywhere. It was a bear. And underneath the running boards here, it has all the valves and the globes. I haven't taken those off yet, and I'm going to wait. I'm probably going to put some sliders on here, and when I do, I'll be able to get to the bolts to disassemble that properly instead of hacksawing it. I did cut the lines up here, but it kind of is what it is for now. But anyway, that should be coming in the future. But anyway, just thought I'd just give you a quick little review. A lot of people, there's a lot of, you know, talk about doing stuff like this to Lexus, and a lot of people do. But I just thought I'd share my experience. So anyway, if you got any questions, let me know or comment below. Thanks.